good morning, good morning. I just wanted to come to you this morning because I just found out something beautiful. and, I just wanted to share it. So check this out. Proverbs 18, verse 21. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So death and life are in the power of the tongue. Our tongue, our mode of speech are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but let me tell you what I think about it first of all. So death and life. I mean, your tongue has the power to produce death, and it also has the power to produce life. And those who love it, those who love to use that tongue of theirs, will eat its fruit. And that fruit can be life or it can be death. So if you love to speak life, you're going to eat its fruit. If you love to speak death, you're going to eat that fruit as well. But I want to go back to, I believe, Deuteronomy 30, verse 19. Let's see what God said about that. He said, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and your seed may live. I'm just looking at those two things. I'm saying to myself, wow. So that life and death that God was talking about in Deuteronomy, that blessing and that cursing that he was talking about in that scripture, the tongue has the power to get both of those. Have you ever been in a class where you're doing a test and then you ask the teacher for the answer to a question? They're likely going to tell you they're not going to tell you the answer, right? It might help you a little bit, help you understand the question, but they're not going to tell you the answer to the question, most likely. But in this case, God himself, who's the author of life and who's giving us this test, he says, look, I'll give you a multiple choice question. I said before you, here are the multiple choice. I'll give you life or death, blessing or cursing, right? And I've got witnesses. Heaven and earth are the witnesses against you today. But God, being a good teacher, being an exceptional teacher, he says, right, looks around and is like, hey, choose life. He gave us the answer to the question. He says, choose life. Here's why you should choose life, so that you and your seed may have life, so that we may live. Fast forward, now we know how we can produce that life and how we can produce that death. That life is produced by the fruit of our tongue. Are you hearing me? And so it behooves me, it behooves you to start speaking life. Anything else, right? Remember, we're talking about fruit here, right? Fruit, to me, sounds like something you're planting. You plant a fruit tree, and then it grows into a tree. You plant a seed, and then it grows into a tree. Whatever you plant, that you will reap. So if I plant good stuff, well, you better believe that's what I'm going to be getting, and a lot of it too. If I plant apple seeds, when that tree grows, I'm not just going to get apple seeds, I'm going to get apples. I'm going to have a harvest of apples. In the same way, if I plant dandelions, guess what I'm going to be getting? Quite a lot of those. And the kids, some kids will love to play in the field full of dandelions. They're going to be like, oh, this one's yellow. Oh, wow, this one has little butterflies that can fly, right? But little do they know, these things are weeds, and they're going to hinder the growth of good seeds. And so the way I look at it is this. If my tongue is not producing life, and God says I need to choose life, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start using my tongue to plant good seeds that will bear fruit, and that fruit, I want it to be life. And everything else I need to kill. I need to destroy it. If it's weeds, if it's death, I need to curse that back to where it came from. But life is definitely received. And I say that not only for the fruit of my tongue, but the fruit of others as well. If what you're trying to produce is something that is full of death, full of curses, I in turn will curse that fruit back to where it came from. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. In the same way, God, way before that, said, today, I call before you heaven and earth to be a witness against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing, and therefore, hey, choose life so that you and your seed may live. Today, I choose life. I hope you've been blessed.